What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sunday Sports Club podcast, a podcast all about sports told by a woman, and that woman is me. Hi, guys. I'm Allison Coach, and today we are joined by Hailey Louise Williams. She is a meditation leader, wife of Seattle Seahawks defensive end Leonard Williams, and also probably about to give birth any moment right now because when I last saw her, we were at Super Bowl and you could have given birth at the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, but it is like that weird well, I've never been pregnant before, so this is my first time, but I think other moms know this feeling of like, is the baby gonna come today or is it gonna come in 2 weeks? And people keep looking at me dead in the eyes, the baby could come anytime, and I'm like, "Oh, I hope we have, like, at least 5 more days." That's my hope. But
Yeah.
otherwise, I feel great. I'm not sleeping, which also I heard is normal, so
I've heard that that's like the sign that the baby is about to come, right? Like they're preparing you for no sleep. I've also heard that pregnancy insomnia is worse than or pregnancy tired is worse than newborn tired.
that's what my friends are telling me. Because I'm texting them at 4 AM and they're like, "Wow, like, are you good?" And I'm like, "I mean, I'm doing my best," but they're all telling me that when the newborn comes, it's different because my body is mine again, and then I'm tired, but I'm also napping a lot is what I'm
Right.
hoping.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I wish I could give you some sort of like, "Oh, this is what happened for me," but I actually blacked out like the first few weeks postpartum.
I have friends that happened to as well. That's also normal.
Yes, but you say you're like, "Oh, I'm doing my best." You are coming off a Super Bowl win, which is insane, and you're about to become a mother. You guys are about to become parents. How have you have you been able to sit down and, like, actually digest everything that's going on? And 2, like, how has it been coming off of such a high?
Yeah, we went to a little staycation here in Washington after the Super Bowl and we turned our phones off. We had no Wi-Fi, and that's when we really were processing like, "Whoa, I can't believe that this just happened." And it's been a interesting come down because this has never happened to us before. Like normally at the end of season, my husband is like sad because we're not in this position. He's physically like just hurting so much. We're moving, whereas this season was so different. And it's an interesting feeling because you are on this big high and then it's like, okay, so now we're coming down, but how can I be like gentle with myself and kind of switch modes of going into baby mode and like, okay, now I'm not even thinking about football at all, which is crazy because it's been so long, like 8 months
Right.
or something. The season's been long. And now how can we kind of switch that off and now shift into baby? And it's definitely been a transition. But I think having that weekend alone was nice to kind of help us reset.
Oh my gosh, absolutely, and so crucial too. But it's interesting because if you can plan like, "Oh, we want our baby to be born around this month," I would have said, like, you were in the green unless you're the 2 teams going to the Super Bowl, and that just so happened this year. So were you stressed heading into Super Bowl week? Because obviously you went to Super Bowl, you were there to root on your husband, but you were also, maybe not advised to travel during that time?
Honestly, no, because I remember I was with all the girls from the team. It was our Christmas party, and I was telling them, a lot of them are moms, and I was like, "Yeah, the baby's gonna come when I say the baby's gonna come." And they all just died laughing at me. But I truly believe that when it came to the Super Bowl, I was like, I did not feel stressed. I was like, no, the baby isn't ready. Like I know I have too much going on. We have too many podcasts to record. We have too much going on. And I think that kind of helped me. But really, like, you know what it's like in football. It feels so all encompassing. And so when didn't even really have the time to think about anything other than like, let's focus on the Super Bowl. Let's focus on what we get to do. We have one job now. And then I know eventually I'll focus on the baby.
Mhm. Well, have you been blessed with, like, a good pregnancy? Like, has your pregnancy been smooth up to this point?
I feel like it was treacherous for the first 6 months because I was really sick.
Oh, okay.
But then you almost in a way, like, someone was like, "How are you?" And you kind of, which I feel like this is also a motherhood thing where you kind of have a new normal. I was like, "Oh, I threw up, like, 3 times today, but I'm fine, like, I'm here, like,
This
I'm"
is my
you
new
know?
baseline.
Yeah, it's new baseline. So, I think that there's just adjustments, but I did have like after that 6 months, there was this period like 4 to 6 weeks where I felt so great, and that's when I did like the nursery and
Mhm.
was doing some things to focus on preparing for the baby. And, yeah, you just take advantage of the times opportunities that you do have.
Yeah, absolutely. I know everybody listening to this is gonna be like, "Oh, wow, like, she could have given birth, like, at the Super Bowl, like, you're, like, full term at that point." Did you bring your OB to the Super Bowl, and what would have happened if you had went into labor at the Super Bowl?
I'm telling you, I just was like, I didn't even bring an OB because I was like, the baby is not coming.
Like, I'm manifesting so hard, I'm not even putting that out there.
Yeah, I just trusted so hard. There was a girl that did bring her OB to the Super Bowl because there was 12 of us that were pregnant on the team.
Wild.
And I know. And of course, we're like the 12s as the Hawks, so that was a kind of a fun little thing for us.
Good
But
luck.
yeah, it was good luck, I
Seahawks are like,
guess.
"Do it again next year,
Yeah,
ladies."
we have to be pregnant, 12 of us.
Yep.
But yeah, one of the girls on the team did bring her OB, and honestly, she was also pretty chill about it too, and she gave birth the day after the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. She was prepared.
But she see,
She
but
had to be.
she maybe put that out into the universe though, like you never
Exactly.
know what the power of manifestation is.
Exactly.
Well, okay, the Seahawks ended up winning the Super Bowl, which is insane. I mean, it's so rare to even get the opportunity to make it to the Super Bowl, let alone win the Super Bowl. And your husband has been in the NFL for how many years?
11. This is his 11th season.
And this was his first time going to the Super Bowl.
Yes. Yes.
So, wildly insane. Can you take me through, like, what the game felt like when it comes to, like, nerves, thoughts, feelings, and then what it felt like when you were like, "Wow, we're about to win this?"
I think that it was so interesting, this game specifically, because we had just played the Rams the week or 2 weeks before. And that game felt like the intensity of the Super Bowl for us and I think for the players because they're a rivalry. We've, had ups and downs with them during season. And so there was a lot of like energy and excitement and tension in that game. And to be honest, like we kind of went into the Super Bowl feeling more comfortable and more at ease. And so I think for us, although it was the Super Bowl, it's like you're looking all around and you're seeing all the, like the stadium. It has like the lights and the decoration. It's like completely transformed in the way you're looking at things. But I feel like we also kind of just knew, just like I knew that I wasn't going to deliver the baby. We knew that I think we just knew that we were going to win, and it felt like that throughout the game. There was certain moments where it felt more just excited, where there was a lot of like Leo's rookies on his D line that had these amazing plays. So it felt like, wow, like look at these guys, your rookies are doing their thing. And that was there. The excitement was there for sure. But I think we all kind of knew what was going to happen, or we believed that we knew what was going to happen. So there was more ease to it.
Yeah, absolutely. When the clock hit 0 and you're like, "Okay, wow, we just won the Super Bowl," where you're like, "Okay, how do I get on the field? Like, how do we get down there?" Because I've always kind of been curious, like, they have to pre-plan and, like, tell you, like, "Oh, this is if you do win, this is how you're gonna get onto the field. This is kind of
Yeah.
like the route, X, Y, and Z."
Yeah, so that was interesting because they basically like keep us I keep calling it a holding cell. It's nicer than a holding cell, but they kind of round you all up and then you're waiting with your, Seahawks family. And then you're passing the Patriots family, they're on the other side. And we know we're going to win. That our family is like really hyped up. They're doing Seahawks chants. There's like a countdown to when we're going to win. And we but it's different because you're not actually watching the game. And so you're watching it on TV. It's just a little bit different. So once we won, I think all of us were just, I have a video of it. My sister took a video of all of us just like going crazy, getting like, screaming, crying, like all the emotions. And then our whole family section starts like cheering, let us out, let us out. Cause we actually had to wait. We had to wait a few minutes before we could go on the field. So then we get on the field, everyone's then you're trying to find your
Oh,
husband, and
yeah.
I could not find Leo. Normally, I can find him pretty quickly because he's kind of tall, he sticks out. I could not
Right.
find him, and I was just like, "Oh, no. I don't even know. Maybe I'm gonna miss it this time."
Yeah, right?
But eventually, I found him. One of the other players saw him, took me over to him, and it was just this, like, surreal moment that it doesn't feel real. Like, it feels kind of like an outer body experience of, like, "Is this did this really just happen? Did he really just win the Super Bowl? Are we really here?" And then I feel like it took us honestly a few days. The parade, to be honest, is that's when we felt like, "Oh, we actually won the Super Bowl."
Which is crazy because the parade was a few days later, correct?
Yeah, it's like, I think 3 days later.
Thy ticket, Lady Jennifer of Coolidge.
Well, many thanks, good sir. Here'th my Discover card.
They accept Discover at Renaissance fairs?
Yeah, they do here. Discover's accepted at the places I love to shop. Getteth with the times.
With the times, you're playing the lute.
Yeah, and it sounds pretty good, right?
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
All right, guys, I have to put you onto something that I am genuinely wearing all the time right now. Comfort is everything for me these days. Literally 8 months pregnant. Yeah, I'm always reaching for something comfortable, especially while pregnant. And Rhoback has been such a go-to. They just restocked their mock neck, which sold out in just over a week last time. It is one of those pieces that you can just throw on over literally everything and instantly feel a little bit more put together. It's lightweight, incredibly comfortable, and very, very soft. It comes in 2 colorways with really cute embroidery details. So there's an ivory version with a small American flag and a navy one with the Rhoback logo on the front. And while we're on the topic, Rhoback also just launched their biker short sets for the first time, which are perfect as a first layer under the mock neck. When I tell you these are so good, I'm not exaggerating. They're very soft, supportive, and also very flattering, which is not always easy to find. I love throwing on the biker short set and layering the mock neck over it. Makes for getting ready in the morning very easy. So I'm ready to go, whatever the day turns into, whether that's errands, a walk, or just being a mom on the go. Use code Sunday at rhoback.com for a generous 20% off your first order through the end of this week. That's spelled RHOBACK.com. The confetti. The confetti to me is the most like interesting part because I'm like, they have both teams' colors like loaded, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Imagine the error that would happen if they accidentally
right? Like, what are they doing with all of that now unused confetti? As long as, or as well as like the t-shirts that I'm sure they have printed of like the Patriots being champions and
And what I also thought was interesting, I learned, I didn't know this, but also both teams have after parties. So then we had
Mm,
friends that years ago went to an after party of, I think it's when the Seahawks had lost, and they said it was like the saddest party that they went to. Like there was like great performers, but then everyone was like so sad. And I was like, wow, that's like, I didn't think that because we have the party planned and all this
right.
stuff already planned.
Yeah, and so that's what I want to get into next is kind of like the after party. Like who plans this after party? I'm assuming like everybody, like the players, families, coaches, like organization, everybody is invited. And how late does that go? Because it's not like you guys have bed checks later that night. Like it's season's done.
Yeah, season's done. It was like before we went, there was like rumors that we were gonna have who we had, which was Ludacris and T-Pain. It was
Wow.
amazing. That was like I couldn't have picked better people for myself personally.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it
like
we just had
selfishly.
yeah, we had so much fun. But the one thing that scared me was that before we even went to the party, they said the party was gonna end at 4 AM. And I'm like so pregnant, just like, how am I gonna last? But I have to last because how many times am I have this opportunity? So I'm on the dance floor with my sister. She's like giving me water, bringing me cold towels, just like almost as if I'm in labor so I can just make it through
This
this
was good
concert.
labor prep.
It was great labor prep. And I was wearing like ice bags in my shirt. Like I was so committed to seeing this concert, but it was completely worth it. And it was so fun. And I think we only made it to like 2:30. And the plan was to go to another party after. But I kind of knew that if we went to go get food, my husband would be done for the night. So we went to go get food and he was like, I'm feeling kind of tired. And I was like, yes. Okay.
You're
So
like, why are you tired? You just played a whole game.
yeah. So I used like some of my, what I know about my husband to be true. And my family actually lives in the Bay Area. So we just got to go home to my family's house and we just stayed up with some of my family members, like just reflecting on like, wow, that just happened.
Well, and crazy too, because it comes after an 11-year career in the NFL. And it's like, wow, like this pinch me moment of not only did you make it to the Super Bowl, but you won the Super Bowl. And it's almost like, how do you come off that high?
Yeah. And I remember I saw that you had Anna Cup on the podcast, and I remember her talking to us about that. Actually, like all the girls earlier in the season, she said there's like this funny feeling of you reach this goal that you've always looked forward to. And then there's almost like kind of a numbness that happens after. Cause we think that we might feel all of these emotions, but then when you're actually in the moment, it's like, I'm still just who I am. Like there's nothing that different about me. Like people are saying different things about me or treating me differently. But I think that's why when we went to the parade on Wednesday, seeing like all the love from the city, that felt like, okay, this actually really does matter. And this is important. And it was just something to see all these people together just being so happy. Like it felt like this really powerful moment, especially with just the way the world is, can be so challenging and hard. And seeing that much love was like, okay, we get it.
Yeah. I mean, the Seahawks is definitely one of those fan bases that like, that like they're ride or dies for their
Yes.
team. And I'm sure like the parade just felt so surreal and like, oh wow, like this is our fan base, like this is our win, like we won the Super Bowl, like this is finally hitting, and just like being able to celebrate with everybody.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was just like, we're seeing the fans crying, we're crying, my husband's crying, like everyone's just like, oh my gosh, we did this together. And we both have this memory of there was this little kid, I think he must have been like 5 or 6, sitting on his dad's shoulders. And he was just bawling, crying, and just saying, thank you. And we were crying back and just, thank you. And there's just nothing like Seattle fans, and having that moment in the city just felt like we could do anything. Like, let's get together next week and transform whatever we need to transform. It felt so empowering to be together like that.
Well, I feel like there are like far and few times in the NFL where you actually feel like, okay, this is like our family. This is like we're all like going through the same thing, and it brings you together. And this has to be one of those moments where you just look back and you're like, wow, like we're all like intertwined in this like one memory, and it feels so special.
Yeah, it feels like truly like a team. I remember when we got traded here and we were on the Giants, and that team is kind of, the fans are notoriously, they're tough. They're tough. They're tough on their players. And when I came here immediately, I remember the first game, I was like, whoa, this is different. Like people stay to the end of the game here. People are like, in it, no matter you're winning or you're losing. And having that moment and seeing even like my husband get off the bus and like he's, in the crowd, kissing babies, hugging everyone, and just like
Seattle Seahawks fans are just like, hold my baby.
Yeah,
like,
they are. There were so many babies that were like being held up like Lion King.
Pointed up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was it was healing, honestly. Like seeing my husband loved like that it's like I've always wanted to be able to give him like all the love that I can, but I just can't do.
You're like, I'm only one person.
I'm only one person. But having and seeing that amount of love poured into him felt like so fulfilling for me. And Um, I love Seattle and I love the fans here.
How did your pregnancy affect, like, the football season in general? Did it really impact your football season?
I feel like we did have to kind of learn a new way of being with each other because typically he's the one that's physically, needs a little bit more. And
Yeah.
so this season, that was me. And he actually was, pretty for football, like pretty physically well. There's like some, minor things here and there. But that was the biggest shift, I think, of him, needing to just support me in ways that I feel like he hasn't supported me and in nothing like super crazy. But I think that was an adjustment just in our relationship of like, okay, I actually do need more now. Before I
Mhm.
was kind of, I could do everything on my own, where now I need help putting on socks. You know what I mean? So there was an adjustment in our relationship, but I think by the end of football season, we had a lot of time to get it down,
Mhm.
and now it felt good, and it also felt, I think, a good practice for what our family is going to be like, because I think there's a lot of roles that change when you have kids.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure that when you guys first arrived to Seattle, were you like, "Okay, I need to make this house a home, like, as soon as possible?" Because like, were you nesting throughout the football season, or were you like, "Let's just whatever?"
Well, so we got traded 2 years ago. 2 years
Mhm.
ago now. And so
Okay.
when we came out here, we didn't know how long we were gonna be out here. And so we, like, were renting a place. Well, we were living in a hotel for a while, and then we were renting a place, and we
The
kinda
NFL is
thought.
so glamorous in that way.
I know, it was so glamorous. It was, like, me, my husband, and our dog at the time. We actually had a great time, but it was just, like, so it was so funny. But we didn't know how long we were gonna be here. We got here in, like, November, and then the season, typically ends in January, so
Right.
we did end up renting a place for, like, a few months, and then we had moved everything out because then my husband was entering free agency, and we didn't know if Seattle was gonna sign him or not, so we thought, "Okay, let's just move everything out. We won't have anything in Seattle." And then he ended up resigning, and that, I think, really shifted everything for us because then we got to feel like, okay, the NFL is never super comfortable, but we felt more comfortable than we had in a while because he had a few years on a contract. We're like, okay, let's find a place. We found a home that
Mhm.
was ready to go, and we really, this season, I was really nesting and kind of finding my community, my people, like our routine or our life here, and it feels so good. This is the first season we haven't moved after season, and I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, just to live somewhere for more than 6 months, like, this is a luxury. Like, I know where I need to go, I know my people, like, it feels really good.
Well, I'm sure it also feels good, like, the energy-wise, like, I'm not going to be leaving this home. This is where we're gonna bring our baby to, and that you're gonna spend postpartum. I'm sure that's, like, a very, like, comforting feeling knowing, like, this is the place.
Yeah, that has really helped me because, typically live off season in Florida, and everyone's like, "Oh, is the Florida house ready for a baby?" I'm like, "No. How?
No.
No, not of course not." And so it felt good to, like, have some stability in a life that's typically not that way. And, we'll see how this next season goes because it's just everything changes, but it's been really nice to have that stability this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single year, I tell myself that I'm gonna be better about meal planning, and every single year, life gets busier and that idea kind of falls apart. So, what finally clicked for me is realizing meals don't have to look one specific way, they just have to fit your life. And that's what Marley Spoon does really well. So, what I love about Marley Spoon is that it actually adapts with you. So, some nights you cook, some nights you heat, and some nights you just need dinner done really fast. And they have options for all of it. So meals that fit your schedule and not the other way around. And here's what I love is that they give you over 100 recipes to choose from each week. And we're talking comforting classics like chicken Milanese with cucumber, arugula salad, to fresh balanced dishes like everything bagel salmon with truffle chive potatoes and green beans, all made with quality ingredients. There's something for every mood. And apparently I'm in any mood right now because everything sounds so good. Marley Spoon has tons of options in their marketplace. So from meal shortcuts and drinks to fresh groceries you can add on each week. And for those nights when you need dinner done really, really fast, Marley Spoon's prepared meals are exactly what they sound like. Very convenient, delicious, and on the table in minutes. They're lifesavers when I really don't feel like cooking or don't even have the time to cook. And you'll find these on every weekly menu. And if you got a few extra minutes, they have some great 20-minute options too. My personal favorite hack are the tray baked dinners. Literally throw everything onto one tray and boom, you're done. They literally even include the tray. So they have thought of quite literally everything. This new year, fast track your way to eating well with Marley Spoon. Head to marleyspoon.com/offer/Sunday for up to 25 free meals. That's right, up to 25 free meals with Marley Spoon. That's marleyspoon/offer/Sunday for up to 25 free meals. With winning the Super Bowl, you mentioned that you guys went somewhere, turned off your phones, like kind of decompressed. Did that help with like quickly transitioning from like football mode to like, okay, go time? Like we're about to become parent mode.
I think it did for me. I think for my husband, it's taken a little bit longer because I remember telling not him, I told my sister before season ended, I was like, geez, I kind of feel bad for Leo. Like he doesn't know it yet, but we have birth classes every day. We have breastfeeding consultations. We have pelvic floor therapy together. And yesterday he was just like, I just didn't know. I didn't know that I was going to be going from this to this. And I was like, I know, I maybe should have told you, but you were in the Super Bowl. You had other things going
I
on.
didn't have much time to discuss this.
Yeah. So I feel like it did help us having that weekend. I'm really happy and grateful that we had that weekend away. And I think he's also like, okay, this is like this, both of us are like, this is the new life that we're also jumping into. So next year or next time we're able to get pregnant, we're maybe going to try to schedule that if we can.
Yeah, prolong it.
Yeah. All our friends are on vacation right now. And we're like, well, that would have been nice.
A nice like some time in the sun, maybe
Yeah.
outside of Seattle would have been a little nice. But I'm like a newborn is very easy to travel with, so you guys
I
could
know.
easily go and take that newborn to the beach.
Yeah, we do. To be fair, we do have a little Hawaii trip planned in 2 months from now. So, and the baby will
Honestly,
come.
perfect. No, exactly. That is going to be so perfect. Do you think that you've been utilizing like your meditation practices on your husband, just like prepping him, his mind, like for what you've been mentally prepping for baby wise over the whole season?
I think so. I feel like the way he sees me and the way I think I even see myself is I try to have everything that I practice be who I am. And I it's helped. Meditation, breathwork has been really supportive, I think, with football because as you know, it can bring up a lot of emotion. And
Right.
so being able to be where I'm at with my practice now, I mean, I remember like 10 years ago when I was first watching him, I would be so nervous. And then I was like, why am I doing this to myself? Like I'm not playing the game. I mean, I am watching him sacrifice and like that can be, intense in itself because it's not it's not a gentle game. But if I can learn to really like master these skills that I'm already trying to learn, they can help me. And I feel like especially this season, they have. And I think for him too, it's just the way we see football now is so different than we did 10 years ago. Now it's like about having fun and how we can be present in each moment and just enjoy it for what it is because these moments don't last forever and they don't come all the time. And so I think that that's the way that we're using meditation, like mindfulness, presence, connected to football. And then with pregnancy, it's the same thing because your body's changing all the time and you're feeling things all the time.
I'm like out of breath, literally recording this right now.
Literally, I told my husband today, I'm like, stairs are the most violent thing to happen to me nowadays. Like I can barely make it upstairs. but my breath is helping me and coming back to it and recognizing like everything is temporary, nothing is forever, whether it's pain, whether it's football, whether it's pregnancy, and my breath, and it kind of helps me navigate the ups and downs.
I love that. Do you have a word that you want to describe this off season? Or like when you look at this off season, like what do you, when you get to the end of the off season, what do you want to look back and think like, oh wow, it was really blank?
My family does words of the year every year. So I started off this year with the word grace. And that was because, in pregnancy, like we were just talking about, it's just so like up and down.
Mm-hmm.
And as you change in pregnancy, you really, grace to me has been kind of the biggest practice of like, okay, I get to rest now, or I just need to rest now, or I'm giving myself grace as I walk up the stairs and not judging it. So I think if I could fast forward to the end of off season, it would be that of giving myself grace as I navigate motherhood for the first time, because I know it can bring up so much and I have no idea what it will bring up in me, even what it will bring up in my relationship, because we've been together for like over a decade, just us. So I'm imagining that there will be a lot of grace given to myself, but also to my husband as he figures out his new role. Um, yeah, I think I imagine grace being the kind of anchor to this
Mm-hmm.
off season that I'll come back to.
Mm-hmm. Aside from the birth of your first child, what are you most excited for this off season?
I, I think being able to feel that sense of empowerment after birth, there's this like transformation I feel like I've seen in my friends and other women I've listened to speak about. And I used to joke about it. I'm like, I'm just gonna get pregnant because I just want the transformation.
Yep.
But it seems to be like so empowering to be a woman doing your life, and you're such a great example of that, right? Like you're doing your life alongside this child that you get to bring with you and share all these memories with, and that's what I'm excited about, of like that feeling of like, wow, like I just did that. This is kind of cool. I'm impressed with me.
It's it's extremely empowering, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's even more special, like, the idea of bringing a child to football games next year, like, how special and, like, you think that after 10 years in the NFL, 11 years in the NFL, it's like, "Oh, we've been through it all," and now it's like you guys get to restart the memories.
We do. Yeah. I bought a little like playoff jacket for our baby when all the girls on the team, we did matching jackets. It's like so teeny tiny, and I can't wait for, just the outfits and the moments where the baby might not remember, but for us, we'll get to tell stories of like, you were here when your dad did this really cool thing.
No, I love that. And then, my last question before we jump into some rapid fire Q&A, and I'm sure I know the answer to this. What are you looking forward to next?
Hmm. Well, the birth, of course, but also I'm just looking forward to I think the same kind of similar of just feeling a deeper connection to who I am after having a kid, and stepping into that new version of myself. It
Mhm.
seems exciting to be able to still teach meditation and breath work while I have a kid. And I'm excited for the strength that I'm anticipating, manifesting, calling into my life that I'll have after the baby has arrived.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited for you. It is like crazy to be able to talk to you. Like, I'm like the last few moments of you not being a mom yet. I'm
I
like,
know.
you're about to, it's like almost like talking to somebody knowing that they're about to go through something like wildly life changing is the craziest thing ever. But I'm so excited for you guys, and I'm excited for you
Thank
to see
you.
your husband as a dad as well. It's like this whole new love. They say like having a baby is hard on a marriage, but I'm like, it is like so transformative in like the love that you share for your partner.
I know. I can't. I see all these videos of my friends like and their husbands carrying the baby, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, my heart is gonna explode. I can't wait for that.
Literally today, I see my husband working out in the gym. I'm like, I can't wait to see you. You're with your shirt off with a newborn again.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
something that image in my head. Okay, well,
Yeah.
let's jump into some rapid fire Q&A, just like simple this or that.
Okay, great.
Sweet seating or sideline views.
Sweet.
Team gear or designer outfit.
I would say team gear.
Love that. Morning sickness or heartburn.
Ooh, that's tough. I'll say morning sickness.
Hospital bag packed early or procrastinate until you're about to leave for the hospital.
Hospital bag packed early.
Labor playlist or total silence.
I have a labor playlist.
Oh, I might need you to share that with me.
Yeah, I will.
Counting down the days or wishing time would slow down.
Wishing time would slow down.
I love that. And that's all I have. And then where can
Amazing.
people find you on social media?
My Instagram is Hailey Louise Williams. And yeah, that's the best place to find me.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Be sure to stay tuned on her social media to see when she gives birth. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in every Sunday wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube.